And also another source that they believe that he's getting supplied his supplies from is, I know a lot of you are involved and aware of what's going on in Sudan right now. And next year, Sudan is going to, is supposed to split into North and South Sudan. And the North really doesn't want that to happen. So what's happening is that the North is keeping the LRA at bay if they want them to come and disrupt what's going to happen next year. So what they believe happening is in Congo and Central African Republic is that CONI and the LRA are clearing out these villages, literally wiping out these villages, and using them as airdrops from the North Sudan to drop them clothes, food, guns, and everything that they need. So basically the North is holding them at bay so that at any point that they need them, they can call them in the South to disrupt what's going on. And actually the LRA in the past few months has actually been attacking in Sudan, specifically in Darfur and places like that as well. So now, like they said, they're not just in Uganda, but they're in the surrounding countries, and they're getting involved in an issue that's already awful in Sudan as well. Does anybody else have any questions? Yeah?
It seems like you've taken a focus on education, which makes a huge amount of sense, but what is going to keep this from happening again? If not Joseph, then the next Joseph or someone after that. So trying to have sustainable development requires more than simply education. We thought about using cell phone campaigns to develop new markets, increase communication, or other kinds of activities.
On the political front, there's a lot that has been done to ensure that coin is apprehended, is tried, and that sends also a signal to anyone who wants to join such a rebellion that it's not possible, it cannot happen anymore. Right now, there's a bill in Congress. We work with other sister organizations to draft a bill called LRA, Disarmament and Northern Uganda Recovery Act, that has been passed unanimously in Senate about 4 weeks ago. It has been passed in Senate, now it's in Congress, and we're still lobbying in Congress to pass the bill. That bill will require Obama administration to work with other partners internationally to apprehend Joseph Kony and bring him to court. There is so much Invisible Children as an organization can do to overcome all the effects of the war. The war has not only affected the children, it has affected the economy, it has affected a lot of things. There are also other partners working in Northern Uganda in areas of democracy, in the area of conflict resolutions, in good governance. But for us to raise a generation that in the future will grow up with more awareness and more, okay, for lack of English word, let me say, for us to raise a generation that will grow up educated, can find jobs, cannot go back to war. Because literally this war has also been able to continue because the community is ignorant. The community is ignorant in the sense that I'm looking for the right word to get it. The community is ignorant in the sense that because if people of Northern Uganda in any way had any way to echo their voice and to lobby the international community as educated people, I think attention would have brought to this conflict a long time ago. Yeah, but as a people of Northern Uganda, sheltered in their ignorance, they couldn't do that. Also, because the people were ignorant, including Kony, the only options that was available to them was to take a gun. Any disagreement was to take a gun. They did not know about the political process. They did not know about their rights as individuals. And our hope is that if we can teach a generation now of young kids, first of all, to enable them as individuals to overcome the challenges of poverty, of hopelessness that is in them right now. And also to ensure that as they grow up with all these senses, all these values of respect, human rights, of compassion to one another, of love, so that, because like such a thing cannot happen in America right now. somebody cannot rebel because he knows, because with this education he knows that that is not how it should be done, the political processes and all these things. So we are hoping that education in the long run will do it. But to answer your question directly, yes, we have other agencies that are also working on other aspects of health and all this, commerce and all these things.
Specifically with invisible children also, we don't only have education for the young students and children of Uganda, we also have a lot of economic initiatives for the adults as well, because the adults also have been living in these camps for 20 to 24 years where there have been no jobs, and they have basically, they don't know how to take care of or to rebuild their economy as well. So at Invisible Children, we've had a bunch of economic initiatives, specifically things like these shirts. It's organic cotton, where we've actually provided over 900 acres of land for these farmers and taught them how to farm, and also how to take the cotton and create a product out of it. And it's something where they now have a business creating with their farms, selling their cotton, things like that. We have handbag programs where we use people's tailoring skills, where they make handbags and they're selling these high-end handbags and things like that. We have a lot more, which we could specifically talk about at the table if you're interested in that more. But also on top of it, with these economic programs, we are also teaching them how to, we have like something called Village Saving and Loans Association, which teaches the communities how to save their money, how to take loans, how to make their money grow, and how to invest it. And because of programs like this, the economy is starting to grow in great ways in northern Uganda. If you talk to these guys, they tell you when they go home to northern Uganda, there's so many new places that they haven't been to yet, just because of programs like this from us and from other organizations working in northern Uganda that are helping them to reestablish, but not also just giving this to them, but they're teaching them how they can continue this and to sustain it. So specifically, we're not just educating the young students. We do believe that they are the future of the country, but also we know that the adults, and they're right now and they need help as well, and they're doing a great job as well with programs like this too.
How do you choose who gets the scholarship?
That's a really, really good question. I'm going to let Christo answer that as well.
Sorry, we have 3 criteria that we use to choose kids' scholarship. One, depends on the level of vulnerability. If we assess your family, the mentors that you see here go assess your family and see if you don't have anyone who you're not just claiming that you're poor or that you cannot afford school fees. And the second one is we choose a kid who has shown initiative or who has shown a love for studies, which is reflected in either any attempt he has made to pass an examination and all those things. And then thirdly, we give priority to ladies. Ladies normally take higher priorities. Like I say, in northern Uganda, as a general, because of the culture, ladies are seen more of as something to give away in marriage rather than to invest in for the future. So that's a 3 criteria we use.
That's a good question, and it's really hard for us to choose these students because we want to make it available to everybody, but we only have the capacity to do so many. And that's why we're doing this tours, because we want to get as many kids as possible in school, so we don't have to, pick and choose between which student is more vulnerable, like he said, and who has a better chance to have the better education and things like that. So what we're trying to do is just grow that program so we can put more kids in school. Like I said, we only have 800 right now, but we're trying to blow that up, with this tour with the help of people here. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up with that. I really want to thank you guys for coming out again tonight. It's incredible, the turns that we had, and thank you so much for having us. And